Come in. Have a seat. Make yourself comfortable. Welcome back, dear friends. I'm so glad to see you again. Now, what can I do for you? Ah, I see. You've stopped by for another tale in Eureka Grove. Well, I'm certainly not one to disappoint. But which tale to tell? They're all interesting, and all certainly worth your time. Time. Time and space? Oh, I have just the one. Just remember, nothing in Eureka Grove is ever as it seems. And once again, friends, be prepared. There will be a mystery that needs to be solved, and we will need your help. Pay attention, don't miss the clues, and see if we can solve this mystery. Solve the mystery of the 237th Annual Interdimensional Detecticon. Our story begins with a familiar face in a familiar restaurant, Luigi's. This once hugely successful Italian restaurant is owned by the one and only Luigi Spaghetti. Luigi is a man of great ambition, moderate skill, and nearly no remaining customers. Everyone knows Luigi's business is on its last legs and he is doing everything he can to save it. Our story starts with Luigi sitting at one of the tables going through the mail for the day.
Water bill. Property tax.
Excuse me, Mr. Spaghetti. I'm just about to go home for the night, and, well...
What is it, Mary?
Mr. Spaghetti, am I going to lose my job? If this place can't stay open, then what am I going to do?
Mary, no, you're going to be just fine. I'm going to figure this one out.
I sure hope so, Luigi. I don't know how many more miracles you have left up your sleeve.
Lee is right, Mr. Spaghetti. It's going to take some pretty drastic stuff to get us out of this hole. And, well, drastic tends to cost way more money than this place has right now.
I know. I'm sorry. If my brother were here... No, I do not need his help. I'm going to figure this out. Just stick with me a little longer. You won't regret it.
Not to interrupt, but I'm done cleaning the kitchen. Do you want me to clean the floors in here, Luigi?
I think you should all go home and get some rest. I think we're going to have a busy day tomorrow, and I want you to be ready. I'll finish up the floors in here, Albert. Thanks for all your hard work.
You're welcome, Luigi. And thank you for giving me a job after the incident at the ballroom. Mrs. Steele understood I was blackmailed into doing what I did, but, well, the rules are rules. No hard feelings.
Absolutely, Albert. That was a hard night for all of us. Now, all of you, go home. Get some rest. Feel free to take a snack home with you. At least someone gets to enjoy the food. Otherwise, it just gets thrown away.
Thanks, Luigi. You know I still like your food.
Me too, Mr. Spaghetti. Have a great night.
Night, Luigi.
After they leave, Luigi is alone. Things were tough for Luigi. He was at his wit's end, and tonight he finally hit his limit. He hits the table, then drops his head in frustration.
Mom, I'm sorry. I think I finally finished letting you down.
Luigi had given up, but something amazing was about to happen. When he lifts up his head, something was stuck to it.
What's this?
He opens the letter and reads it aloud.
Spaghetti, congratulations are in order. Your restaurant has come to us with a very high praise from a Miss Susan. Wow! It is with great honor that we let you know that your establishment has been selected for the 237th Interdimensional Detecticon. We will be paying you up front. You will find enclosed a check for $10,000. Yeah!
The next day at Luigi's, he shared the good news with everyone.
What?
Excuse me?
We're chosen! We're chosen! They gave us Sarah's check to Franta to host something called Detecticon. This is it. This could save everything.
Wow, this is amazing. What do you need us to do?
All I can ask is that we do our best. Albert, please make sure the dining room is spotless. I need you to wash out the uniforms. And can you head down to Rose's flower shop to pick up some fresher flowers for the table?
Table? I thought this was some huge convention.
That is what I thought too. But then there was the guest list. It's on the 6 of paper.
Well, that will make things easier. Be right back. Oh, hello, Sir Dunnett. Mrs. Dunnett, it's great to see you both.
Just then, the two most dependable and lovable people in all of Eureka Grove walked in. Officer Percy Dunnett and his wife Mabel Dunnett. They were perfect examples never to underestimate someone even if they seemed very ordinary.
Why, hello there, Luigi.
Luigi!
Percy, Mabel, welcome. What brings you here? You know we're not open yet. Wait, Percy, is this about... You know I can't hand out any free cannoli to you anymore.
Oh no more breathless cannoli for me. We're here because we wanted to make a reservation for tonight.
A reservation? No, of course. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. We already have an event here tonight, though.
An event? That's terrific news for you, Luigi. I guess we'll go find someplace else then. Wait, Maple, we talked about this. We're both so excited. Nobody's going to be busy. I don't feel like celebrating anywhere else would be the same.
Celebrating?
Our anniversary. 8 years today. We talked about it and we decided there's no better place to celebrate than here. Your cannoli are one of the most memorable things from our wedding. So good.
Well, since I guess you two are older friends, we can set you up a table in the corner. But please, do me a favor and try not to disrupt anything. There's a lot of riding on this for me.
That's great. We'll be here at 7. You can count on us. Thanks so much, Luigi. Tonight is going to be magical.
All right, everyone. We have a lot of prep work to do. Let's finish getting ready.
And work they did. Luigi, Mary, Allie, and Albert spent the whole day cleaning, organizing, prepping, and working to make everything perfect. And believe it or not, they just may have. Just as Luigi was about to tell everyone how good of a job they had done, there was a knock on the door.
They're here!
Welcome, welcome. I'm so happy to have you.
Evening, Luigi. Thanks for the extra celebration, but it's just me.
It's never just you, Susan.
Hello, Susan. Welcome to Luigi's.
Ah, Mary. Always great to see you.
Please, come in.
Thanks, Luigi. Looking great in here. Excellent work, all of you.
Oh, you flatter me. Where are the rest of your guests? I heard there would be 6 of you total. Oh, and if you don't mind, I have 2 other guests, but they will stay out of your way.
Luigi, the instructions said no one else was.
I know, but it's an anniversary, and I'm 2 of us the customers.
Fine, but they must adhere to the 3rd rule.
What's the 3rd rule?
No one is to talk about what they see in here tonight.
Oh, yes, I forgot to mention that. Allie, Mrs. Squeak, can you come here for a moment?
Yes, boss?
Kitchen is looking... Susan! I had sort of hoped I'd never see you.
Albert!
What? She took my light and flipped it on its head. Also, did you see those weird flashes coming from the back? I think something might be up with the lights. Did you pay the power bill this month, Luigi?
What did you need, Luigi?
Oh, you must swear never to tell anyone you see here tonight.
Sure. Why? Is something weird going to happen?
Yeah, that seems really shady to me.
We'll all understand in time. And don't worry, all of you will be safe. But if we do not have your word in secrecy, this event cannot occur and we will have to take our business elsewhere.
Oh, please, everyone.
I promise.
I promise.
Fine.
Perfect. Then let's begin.
Susan goes to the table and places a machine on it. She presses some buttons, and suddenly blue portals start opening one by one. From each of these blue portals come the best detectives from their respective dimension. Susan gets ready to greet them.
Ohio gozaimasu, Detective Sam Horizon. It's a pleasure to see you again. I hope things are well in the Tokugawa dimension.
Arigato, Susan. Things are going well. I think I'm going to win the story competition this year.
Oh, really? I've solved quite a few mysteries myself. Hello, Polly. I would ask to take your backpack, but I know you don't go anywhere without it.
Oh, gee, thanks, Susan. Wow, this place is swell. I bet we're going to have a grand time here. Things have been so boring in my dimension. I'm hoping for some exciting tales tonight.
I'm sure your children's literature dimension is plenty exciting. Imagine what it would be like if you weren't there to solve all those mysteries.
Gosh, you're right, Susan. Thanks. I'm going to go find my seat.
From the distant future, where it's the distant future and present, but it's still the distant future. A man that knows no fear. He has stared down entire alien races just to hold his place in line. He is the slickest, most heroic, a legend of all time in space. It's Buster Neon!
Buster Neon!
Hello, Buster.
Neon! Buster Neon!
Neon. Buster Neon. Welcome. Would you have a seat?
If I can teleport there, can I use my teleporter? Are we safe?
Oh, yes, of course, we're safe. We made the promise.
Good.
Oh, excellent. Dot Page, how have you been?
Susan! Things have been crazy all over. The Rat Man is trying to clean up Gothopolis, but Duperman is giving him a run for his money. He's not just super, he's super
Duper. Yeah, I know. How's your investigation been going? You know, and all those things you were telling me about?
Oh, I can't really talk about that right now. Well, it's dangerous, but I'm so close to cracking the case.
I knew you would be. Your seat's just over there. That leaves.
The best for last. Thank you very much, Susan. I'm here and the festivities can begin.
That's true. Technically. How's your year, Maximilian?
Flawless. I remain untested, unstumped, and utterly unstoppable. I am the perfect detective, and I know I will win this little event for the 14th year in a row. You, little man, bring me your finest sparkling water. If I find any imperfections in it, I'll throw it at the wall. And if you don't want to clean it up, make sure it's right.
Well, everyone, now that we're all here, let's begin. Please find your seats.
Just then, the Dunnets walk up for their reservation.
Oh, hello, you two. You're, just in time. Dinner's about to begin, and I'm sure this will be a night to remember.
Viewers at home, may I now present the meal.
Dinner is served. Allie, please bring out the appetizers. I hope you all found the mozzarella sticks. I have been cultivating this recipe for years, and I have never missed a chance to sample.
Excuse me. Fried cheese sticks. Susan, you told me this place had good food. I didn't realize I'd be eating like a child today.
Hey, Luigi's food is actually...
Allie, it's okay. Max, I'm certain by the end of the night, Mr. Spaghetti is going to surprise you.
I think it's time we get started.
Here, your food is under this lid. It's there for the max tension. One quick second and...
Reveal the sticks.
voila!
Allie lifts the lid and doesn't realize there is no food on the plate, but rather an envelope.
Nani? Is this some kind of joke?
Where's the food? I'm really hungry.
Neon needs some munchies to feed on.
Luigi, what is this?
I already told you mozzarella sticks.
Doesn't take supervision to know that that's wrong.
On the envelope, there is a stamp, and it is addressed to the detectives.
What is this?
It looks like some sort of letter. Should I read it?
Well, if someone doesn't do something quick, I'm leaving. This place is disgusting. I was once forced to eat out of the exposed stomach of a flying solar whale in Sector 12, and that was considered cleaner than this terrible...
That's it. Sir, I don't care who you think you are, but this restaurant belongs to my best friend in the whole world, and Maple and I are trying to...
Officer Dunnett, please stop.
No, I'm going to speak my mind. Maple, come here. Behind you, dear. Maple, do we love this place?
We sure do. It's where we had our first date.
Yeah, that's why we refuse to.
What happened to them?
Master Neon Freeze Ray. Buy them. They work.
What are they doing here?
Yes, this is an obvious disregard of the rules.
It's their anniversary and they're my two best customers. I wanted to make an exception for them. If there's anyone to blame, blame me.
Oh gee, oh no. Greetings, Dimensional Detectives. At last, it took years of planning, scamming, and knowing which palms to grease, but I finally discovered where your 237th convention would take place. All 6 of you are celebrities, icons within your own dimension. I'm smiling right now, knowing that during the appetizer, you should all be reading this. Oh, and now those brains are running. Who is it? What crime is afoot? Don't get ahead of yourselves, my detectives. The game is only just beginning, which means I should probably read you the rules.
What is this? Where's the screen? Deep, translate. Deep, read out loud. Oh no, they've hacked this tiny flag system, and it's not working.
Buster, it's a letter. It doesn't have electricity. You just have to read it.
Read?
Give it to me. The rules are simple. You have exactly 1 hour to figure out who I am. If you fail to do that, then this message will self-destruct and cause a miniature black hole to rip you and this delightful little eatery to pieces.
Place.
Impossible. This place is worse than being rubbed up by a hairy scab after it's taken a quick dip in the juice of the bottom of a garbage bag.
That's enough out of you. Will someone please explain to me what's going on?
It would appear we are in a predicament, Mabel. Dot, has anyone signed the message?
It just says it's from your final villain. Oh, wait, there's a PS. PS, some advice. I wouldn't recommend trying to escape. The doors and windows are locked, but I've included an extra precaution for how incredibly clever Maximilian is.
How clever he is? We're all pretty clever.
They may be trying to get rid of us all, but at least they have good taste.
I'm going to go check the windows. Yes, they're definitely...
What is it?
There's a hamster out there.
Nani? Let me look.
No, it's impossible. It can't be.
Is it my PR advisor after I've said 99% of my awesome vocabulary?
It's Kosho Oni.
Kusho Oni? What is that?
It's a terrible monster from my dimension. It's made up of tiny slices of meat.
Sam, isn't kosho Japanese for pepper?
Hi, Susan-san, and Oni is demon.
So it's the pepper demon? The pepperoni?
Yes, the infamous pepperoni. In Sam's dimension, it brought fear to anyone that heard its name. It was said there was no force in time or space that could stop it. It was possible that was just a rumor, but it seemed no one was brave enough to try.
If we go outside, he will add us to his tiny collection of meat.
Everyone, look! The letter was laying on the clock. It started ticking down as soon as we removed the lid. It says we only have 50 minutes left.
Well, then you're lucky I'm here. All we have to do is deduce who the perpetrator is, and then we win. I'll admit, this all feels a little below me, but danger is danger, Mr. Linguini.
Spaghetti.
Mr. Pasta, where did this dish come from?
The kitchen.
Then that seems where we should start. Everyone with me.
The plot is thickening, ladies and gentlemen. Isn't it just delightful? Some dastardly, mysterious foe has trapped everyone in Luigi's restaurant. Not only that, but even if they manage to escape, they will be immediately set upon by the horrific pepperoni. Now, I know things seem pretty bad for everyone involved right now, but there is a solution, and if you pay close enough attention, it may start to become clear. And remember, we will need your help later. Ooh, this is where it starts to get juicy. Everyone is in the kitchen, and things don't look like they're going too well. Enjoy.
Maple and I are prime suspects? We couldn't have done any of this. We just wanted to celebrate our anniversary.
Would someone else like to explain this to them? It's terribly under me, and we only have 45 more minutes left to solve this mystery.
Yeah, could someone explain this to us?
Sir Dunnett, Mabel, it's really quite simple. You see, you're the only two people who weren't supposed to be here. Whoever is doing this is attacking the detectives, and we thoroughly invested this location and all of the employees beforehand.
Yeah, well, I guess that makes sense, but we couldn't have done it. How would we be able to get the letter on that disc? We got here after everyone else. You know who I think it is? It's Maximilian.
Me? Me? That's preposterous. The attacker is coming after me. What evidence do you have? Please, share your unremarkable logic with us all.
My logic is your truth.
Oh, please. That's even worse than I thought it was going to be. Can we please get them out of here so we can prove that they're behind all of this?
Time for some clue searching. Here's a clue, there's a clue. Gonna find out who did it, who.
That's a cute little song.
Thanks, it helps me think. Also, don't call me cute. It takes away from how good I am at my job.
I'm gonna go check near the back door.
Head into the fridge.
Why?
Getting some big grumble signals from my tummy control.
As awful as that sounds, the sediment is shared. I'll be in need of some natural sugars and maybe some potassium to tackle this mystery. Let's see if there's a banana near the fridge.
Hey, everyone, I think I found something. I wanted to use some flour to check for prints, but then I realized there was no way we would be able to analyze them in time. So I started taking a closer look at the letter, and I noticed the stamp was very strange. I looked under it and saw a black hole being contained in a mechanism. I also found that there was adhesive on the area around the stamp.
Oh, interesting. That can only mean one thing.
Whoever was putting The stamp was unhappy with the initial placement.
So they peeled it off and tried to put it back on.
And what does that tell us?
Yeah, what does that mean?
That whoever created this letter needed it to be perfect.
They're the kind of person that refuses to make mistakes.
It seems we have a lead as to this suspect's character.
They're perfectionists, or at least they needed this plan to be perfect.
They must really respect you all. Or at least their skill as detectives.
You know, I'm not gonna lie. Those old noodles in the fridge are really living up to the expectations of Buster Neon Stomach. Ba-ba-ba-ba.
Yes, and the banana was there. I think your produce supplier is swindling you.
We have found the clue.
A clue? Perfect. What is it?
Yeah, enlighten us.
The stamp on the envelope was replaced multiple times. Dot noticed it when she was looking at the envelope. She also confirmed the villain isn't lying. There is an unstable black hole underneath the stamp of this envelope.
Excellent. All like this in my... Whoa. Where's my deep?
Deep?
Detective's Enigma eraser pad. Duh. It's how I solve all of my mysteries.
That's right. We could have used Buster's Deep to dust for prints.
It seems we've confirmed two things. I continue to be the greatest detective in time and space, and whoever is doing this is among us now.
Suddenly, the lights go dark.
Luigi, you forget to pay the electric bill.
I didn't forget. I just didn't pay it.
Are you serious right now?
Quiet, everyone quiet. Do you hear that? The electric lock on the back door must have popped loose. The pepperoni, it's trying to get inside. You all get the lights back on, I'll keep the door closed.
Be careful, Max.
I don't need to be careful, I'm the best. If you see any bright flashes, don't be alarmed. It's the side effect of my new toy. Hoo-wah!
Wow, he's very brave.
Yes, whoa, that is bright. What is that thing?
Probably some tool they give you for being the greatest detective. I'll have to blog about it.
Does anyone know where Mr. Squeaks went? Mr. Squeaks, are you okay? It sounds like Luigi didn't pay the power bill.
Hey everyone. As soon as the power went out, I went to go check the breakers in the switch room. Turns out the power is working fine. Someone put this strange device on the wires. Took me a second to figure out how to take it down, but nothing my old secret weapon can't handle.
What's your secret weapon?
Good old Maurice.
Maurice?
Yep, Maurice, my hammer. I just hit it as hard as I could and it finally came off. As soon as it popped off, there was a bright flash. And the power was back.
Whoa, can I see it?
Sure. Here you go.
Oh, wow. I haven't seen one of these since the Prime Minister of Electrobugia was forcibly cutting power on the citizens to create panic and unease.
Really, Buster? Has anyone else seen one of these before?
No.
No, never in my life.
Never.
I mean, that's today.
Whoa, everyone. This can't. It can't be me.
Buster, you have to admit, the fact that this is found on the wires, it means that only someone with access to your dimension could have done this.
I know, but look, if we can find my Jeep, I can prove to you it wasn't me. I had everything on my person registered before I went through the portal. It's protocol in my dimension.
Look, Max is back.
No need to worry, everyone. The pepperoni has run off. I was able to scare it with my special tool. Oh, well. It seems everyone else is caught up.
What do you mean?
Oh, well, before I left to risk my life fighting a giant monster made of slices of meat, I made Buster Neon the top suspect.
Just telling everyone, if we can find the envelope, we can...
The envelope! Where is it? Someone took the envelope when it was dark. Everyone, check your pockets.
No. Not again.
What is it, Albert?
The envelope. It's in my pocket. I swear, it wasn't me. I didn't even want to be here tonight. As soon as I saw Susan, I thought about leaving, but I owed it to my good friend Luigi. He helped me out when I was down, so I stayed. I swear I didn't do this.
A likely story.
Albert?
Yes, Susan? Oh, I know that tone of voice. You figured something out. I swear, it wasn't.
You didn't take the envelope or the deed. You had nothing to do with this.
And how could you possibly prove that?
Oh, that's easy. How can Mr. Squeaks get a hold of the device that shut out the power? That could only have come from one of us.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Everyone, we have 15 minutes till this whole building gets sucked into a black hole. I think we need to take everything we know, go into the other room, and figure this thing out.
Mary is right. We either need to solve this mystery or take our chances with the monster outside.
Everybody, back into the dining room.
Everyone goes back to the dining room, and they only have 13 and a half minutes left to crack this case.
All right, everyone, we have 13 and a half minutes left. Let's figure this out before this black hole is broken free. Now let's start at the beginning.
Mary, we're getting out of here.
What? Why?
I've had to break into this place a few times before when Luigi accidentally locks the door behind me. I know how the lock on the front door works. I think we can get out of here and be safe.
Well, what about the monster? I don't know, Allie. I think we should let the detectives do their job. I mean, this is what they do every day.
They're out of time. I'm not going to wait for them to let us down.
Fine. Let's do this.
Can I have a hairpin on the phone?
Sure.
Move the back of the phone. Take the hairpin to the battery, into the electric clock like this, and there we are.
You did it! Okay, so how are we gonna get around the pepperoni?
Well, I mean, my motorcycle's just right around the corner. If we can get to it, we can definitely get away.
All right, so let's open the door in 3, 2, 1.
Too much time, pepperonis.
Ooh, this is my favorite part. Sam O'Ryson tackles the monster and draws the short blade he keeps under his coat. He is a man of honor and a very capable fighter. This battle is one that would be remembered for generations, if anyone saw it, or if anyone had seen Sam ever again.
Close the door!
Luigi
Is everyone all right?
Sam, no, that's it. We need to solve this right now.
Here we are, the moment where we need your help. We're going to try something a little different this time. We're going to have roughly 10 minutes of frozen time for questions. You're going to be able to ask absolutely anyone involved in this mystery what you need to solve this mystery.
Good luck!
All right, everyone. So at this point of the show, what we need you to do is in your chat function, which is at the bottom of your screen, if you move your mouse down there, we want you to type in whatever question you have for any one of our characters, whatever you need to ask to get to the heart of this mystery. I will be reading the questions in the chat and then bringing them directly to our wonderful, wonderful characters. So to begin, we have a question here. Mary, why are you and Allie trying to leave?
Well, that's a very great question. I believe in the detectives, and I think they can solve this mystery. But Allie, she wants to leave. So I think she's being a bit rude and not letting the detectives do their job. So ask her why.
All right. Thank you. We have another question here for Polly. Polly, are there any enemies that you may have among the detectives?
Well, I don't really have any enemies, but I do find Maximilian extremely annoying.
Oh, very good. Let's see. We've got a question. I'm gonna send this to Buster. Buster, is it possible for anyone else to use your deep?
Well, I can lock it, but I have to remember. I don't know if I remembered to lock it.
Okay, so what you're saying is that the technology is advanced enough that it's very easy to use.
Well, it's easy to use if I forget to lock it, but I think I might have.
Gotcha. All right. I have a question, and this is out of left field. This is for our narrator. Was it you?
No, my job is just to tell the story. I couldn't have done any of this.
Yes. Great. Then moving on. Let's give this one to Susan. Susan, do you know if any of the detectives have special powers?
Well, of course, Buster has all of his technology, and Dot works with superheroes, but I don't think anyone has any special powers.
Thank you for that answer. Very good. Albert, a question for Mr. Squeaks. What was the incident at the ballroom? And please sum it up briefly.
Well, pretty much, Susan's assistant tried to frame me, and then Susan thought it was me. So I think she might have done this, but...
Yes, and to clarify, he was framed for grand theft. Luigi, are there any secret entrances to the restaurant?
No.
All right, thank you. Mr. and Mrs. Dunnett, it seems awfully coincidental that you two are the only outsiders. Can you explain that?
Well, I wouldn't say that we're the only outsiders. Allie and Mary aren't really detectives. I wouldn't say Luigi is an outsider because he owns the restaurant and the detectives are saving his restaurant. But Mary and Allie could have done it.
Ah, yes, mayhaps it could have been Mary and Allie. Then we have a question for Luigi here. Luigi, who has access to the electrical room?
Well, me, most restaurant staff.
Gotcha. So it's not like, is it behind a locked door or is it just open?
Is behind the locked door.
Oh, okay. And do you keep the keys nearby?
Yes.
Okay, so it could be accessed if people needed to. So then, Luigi, second follow-up question. Why do things keep happening at Luigi's?
I'm cursed, I guess.
Yeah, I guess he's cursed. That's what happens when you rub a witch doctor the wrong way. Now, Allie, could you and Luigi be the culprits to try and save this restaurant?
Well, we couldn't be the culprits. Well, obviously because as Susan said, she did interview all of the employees. It was about a good 30 minutes. But and also we also couldn't be the culprits because well obviously we're trying to save his restaurant and like we're not a detective so we can't like get access to all of these things. So I think it might be Buster because he has like a lot of these special gadgets that keep popping up.
An accusation thrown towards Buster. Thank you, Allie. Now, Max, what makes you the perfect detective? Why don't you need to be as careful as everyone else?
Well, I mean, it's just because I'm so awesome. I've won 14 years in a row for the story competition. I'm the most greatest out of all of these people, and it's just great.
Good. Oh, thank you. We're going to do 2 more questions here. So first, for Polly Clue, you were actually referred to in this question as the Pigtails Girl. What are your thoughts on the situation?
Well, it's all a bit confusing for me. I'm used to cases that just involve a lot of sugar, but I think it's probably Maximilian because he's always just the most annoying person.
Got it. Thank you. Thank you. And final question is going to be for Dot Page. Dot, if you had one superpower from someone you've worked with to solve this mystery, which would it be, and who do you think did it?
If I had one superpower, I mean, not that I would have experience with superpowers, but if I had the ability to, if I had special eyes that could dust for prints, I could see it being Buster because it's a little bit convenient that his deep that could show the prints and that it's something from his dimension. But also Max is known for playing at the angles, so I could also see it being possible that it's him or them working together because they did disappear about the same time. So I see that as a large possibility.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. Well, everyone, that is the end of our 10 minutes of frozen time of questions. Thank you so much for all of your questions. I hope that you have learned something or you have gleaned something that will help you solve this mystery. Now, I'm going to hand things back to our wonderful and innocent narrator in order to wrap up the story for you. Enjoy.
That's it. Enough questions. Have you figured it out? I hope so. Here we go into the thrilling conclusion of the 237th Annual Interdimensional Detecticon. As we return, the detectives are all arguing, trying to solve the mystery. Meanwhile, on the side, a touching conversation is happening in regards to the Dunnets' anniversary.
Mabel, I just wanted to tell you, no matter what happens, I love you. So sorry for suggesting we come here, Percy. And it's all my fault we're gonna get sucked into a black hole. It's not your fault. We came here because this is our place. After all those years ago, we only came here because I couldn't be at 2 places at once.
Everyone stop. Officer Dunnet, what was that?
He said the only reason we came here on our first date was because he couldn't be at 2 places at once. It was a compromise because work held him over.
Whoever did this needed to be in 2 places at once. Luigi, could you come here a moment?
Luigi and Susan whisper for a moment, then Luigi starts pouring everyone a cup of coffee.
Everyone, if this is goodbye, I want to make sure you all have a nice beverage and a nice cannoli.
He serves everyone around the table, and then when he gets to Maximilian...
Oops! Oh no!
He spills the coffee and flies it towards Max's perfect outfit. Suddenly, there is a bright flash of light. And Max appears on the other side of the room.
My deep! Max! You're the one who took it! You just used it to teleport to the other side of the room!
Exactly. We have 2 minutes left, friends. Help me out here.
Gladly, Susan. Max, how has this past year been for you? Would you say good, bad, in between?
Fine.
Really, Max? I work with superheroes, and I know when someone's lying. Would you maybe say that you didn't solve any cases? That this year wasn't interesting at all?
Preposterous. I've solved all the cases that have come before me.
But none of them have been good enough. I'm starting to put this together.
Oh, how could we have been so stupid?
Max, you knew you were going to lose the story competition at the con this year. You knew you were going to have to suddenly pass the title as the greatest detective in all the dimensions, and you couldn't stomach that.
So, you set this all up in order to get rid of anyone who's better than you.
After all, if there were no greater detectives, you would still be the best by default.
I told you he was a jerk.
That's impossible. What evidence do you have?
Oh, the stamp.
Please, Mabel, share that epiphany with us.
The stamp was the first big clue. It was replaced multiple times. That's why it had residue all around it. Maximilian is time and space's most perfect detective. He needed to be as perfect as he was.
Max, now I have a question for you. How was that banana?
What banana?
The banana that you said you needed when we were in the kitchen. You don't remember? Because you didn't eat one. You went back and you stole Buster's Deep.
Then, when you went to go stop the pepperoni from getting in, oh, that's what the flash was. You teleported into the electrical room to put the envelope in Mr. Squeaks' pocket.
Why does everyone always try to frame me? Wait, does that mean those weird flashes I saw in the back before you all arrived?
Exactly, Albert. Max arrived before the rest of us. He parked in the back to put the device on the wires to rig the lights. Then he poured it out so he could make his grand entrance when dinner began. When Officer Dennett suggested the ability to be in two places at once, it clicked, but I needed a way to prove my suspicions, and it was going to have to be a gamble.
And that's why you had me spill the coffee on him. Everybody knows coffee stains are impossible to get out.
So that means
Three. The one who set this whole thing up is
Maximilian.
See? Total jerk. A jerk he is.
Fine. You figured it out. It was me. I set this all up. And lucky for all of you, I'm a man of my word. There, the black hole's been disabled. I guess that all means you're safe now.
Yay! We did it!
We're not going to get sucked into a black hole.
But did you really think I didn't have a backup plan? I'm the greatest mind in all dimensions. This button will open all the locks and doors on in this building. Once I press it, you know who is getting in, correct? The pepperoni. I will open everything and then use Buster's Deep to teleport to safety. And there's nothing you can do about it. Bon appetit.
Max presses the button and all the doors fly open. Everyone huddles together in a panic as a shadow moves into the door. It comes closer and closer and closer. The beast is moving into the light, into striking distance, when finally...
Dakimasu, pepperoni.
That means thanks for the meal, Pepper Demon.
What? How? How did you defeat the pepperoni?
Good always prevails, Max. Good and having the right knives in the kitchen.
Oh, let me say it. Someone book him.
Buster takes the Deep away from Max, and Officer Dunnett puts the perpetrator in cuffs. Buster Neon uses the Deep to teleport Max into a high-security cell to be dealt with promptly. They all take a moment, then sit down again to resume dinner. The rest of the 237th Annual Interdimensional Detecticon goes off without a hitch. The Dunnets have the best anniversary dinner they have ever had. The detectives all agree to share the title as the world's greatest minds, and and Luigi now has 5 regular customers that will make sure his restaurant never closes again. There we have it. We've reached the end of the story, and they couldn't have done it without any of your help. I hope you're proud of yourselves, because I know I am proud of each of you. Now get home safely, beware of any food monsters on your way home, and if you ever need another mystery, I'll be here, and so will Eureka Grove. Have a good day, everyone.